Good morning, Woodside students. I want to talk to you guys this morning about technology usage at Woodside Middle School. First off, I want to touch base with you guys regarding your computers that we have for our school. 5th and 6th grade, your guys' computers are in the classroom, and make sure that you work with your teachers on appropriate usage and when to be using these computers. That means that you guys will have to work with them when you go out to your related arts classrooms, as well as possibly your flex classrooms. 7th and 8th graders, you guys have brand new computers that are those tablets. Please take advantage of those nice technologies that you guys have and making sure that you guys are using them appropriately. Those computers are slated to be used for up to 4 years, so we want to make sure that you guys are taking care of them. One thing that I wanted just to communicate and make sure that you are fully aware of is that we are loaning out those computers for you guys to use, and if there are damages to those computers, fines could be issued. For 5th and 6th grade, you guys can see you guys' computers are a little bit older, so the cost is not quite as much. A common issue that we see may be a broken screen and or keyboards for the 5th and 6th graders. So making sure that we are not picking at those keyboards, as well as making sure that we're not slamming those screens down with anything on them. They are glass and or pretty fragile, and they can break quite easily. For 7th and 8th grade, your guys' computers are brand new. You guys can see that the entire cost replacement is going to be $300. Just as for 5th and 6th grade, a common issue that we would see would be a computer keyboard and or a broken screen. Note that that screen is very expensive on your guys' model because it is that flip around and touch screen capabilities. So making sure that you guys are taking care of those, putting them in their cases at all time whenever you're transporting them. Common issues that we see with our computers and what could potentially cause damage is throwing those computers. Making sure, I know that you guys say that while they're in their case they should be protected. Understand it is a piece of technology and they are fragile, so you guys want to make sure that you're taking care of them. Almost as I would hope that you guys are not throwing your Xboxes around when you guys have them at home. Forgetting them in the hallways and or at home, typically when they're in the hallways, you're really saying, I have $300 that I am laying down on the ground, and I'm trusting that somebody is going to pick that up and return it to me. Make sure that you are responsible for your computer. No charger and or does not even have a charge when you bring it to school, making sure that that is charged at all times so we can use it in the classroom. As well as using someone else's computer. The problem with that is you also are giving them your access or credentials to log in, and then the next time that they use that computer, they might possibly be in your login information and doing things that maybe they shouldn't be doing. So making sure that either for 5th and 6th grade, when you share computers, that you are logging out of that user so that the next person has to go ahead and use their login information. Or for 7th and 8th grade, making sure that you are only using your computer. And then the last one, which is a very common issue and it can be very expensive if this happens, but the slamming of the screen with earbuds and or even paper sometimes, it could be as subtle as a staple in the corner that might possibly cause that damage. So making sure that you guys are taking care of those things at all time and not having these common issues. Our school board has a code which is 106R2, and basically the code is saying that you are going to be utilizing the Sadell School equipment and using it in an appropriate manner. And if you are not, that there could be either damages, charges, and or restrictions of that technology usage taken away. So it simply refers to as that you are getting a school issued computer and you're agreeing to borrow that school device. I kind of look at that as if you go to the library, you check out a book, are expected to return that book in the same condition that you borrowed it or checked it out, and that'd be the same with that computer. If damages, you will be charged to replace and or repair those costs. So making sure that you are taking good care of it. It is for educational purposes only. I think sometimes that you guys think, well, I have this computer, I can use it for gaming and what have you. That is a side benefit of having that computer. The first and foremost priority is for educational usage. And then make sure that you guys are aware that we are monitoring your usage. So please be smart, making sure that you're using it for academic purposes and not for personal entertainment. All of your teachers have the ability to see and monitor what's going on the computer, as well as we're also recording that stuff and placing it on our server, so we could also go back for a significant amount of time and see what either communications have happened and or sites that you've looked at, messages that you've sent, etc. Things that are prohibited. Anything that interferes with the learning of you and or others. So if you are doing something that is impacting somebody else's ability to receive the best education possible, that is prohibited and you cannot be doing those things. Cyberbullying, harassing, or threatening others. One of the things that we are seeing is that it's easy to send a message to somebody when you're hiding behind a screen, and we are seeing some either pictures sent and or messages that are sent that are mean and hurtful, and we want to make sure that those things are not happening here at Woodside, either through the computer, through your cell phones, instant messaging, those types of things. Inappropriate pictures and or language, making sure that whatever you guys are sending would be something that you would want to make sure that you are okay with your grandma and grandpa seeing, parents seeing. If you cannot have the parent test or the grandparent test, then it's something that you probably shouldn't be sending on the school computer. Interrupting the flow of the school, that would be either security purposes, hacking, and or giving out passwords, making sure that you are not giving out your password information. Your parents probably have credit cards and those types of things that you want to make sure that your parents aren't walking around giving that access information out to anybody. The same holds true for your login information to your computer. Almost done here. Woodside, technology usage in the cafeteria. We want to make sure that when you guys are going down into the cafeteria, your Chromebooks are staying outside. We have a lot of spills in the cafeteria. Accidents do happen, but we want to make sure that a $300 or $200 device is not getting ruined over spilt milk. We can cry over it, but we don't want to be purchasing a new computer. So cell phones or other personal devices can be used in the cafeteria, but making sure that we are not taking pictures or videos of other students when you're in the school from 7:45 until 2:45. You will lose your phone privileges if you are doing those things. No technology while you're in the lunch line. The reason for that is sometimes we get students that are watching YouTube videos or possibly playing a game on their cell phone and they lose track of where they are at, and we need to make sure that we are getting 100 plus students through the lunch line as quickly as possible. One thing that I wanted to then address is technology uses in the hallway. Cell phones are to be kept in your lockers. We are allowing you guys the ability to use your cell phone during your lunch hour. There is not a lot of schools in the state of Iowa that are doing that, so please make sure that you understand the privilege that we are giving you and don't abuse that. If it is not lunch hour, your cell phone is expected to be kept in your locker. Earbuds and headphones are starting to become an issue. I want you guys to be able to listen to your music if it's calming, what have you, if the teacher gives you permission. But making sure that when you are in the hallways, you're keeping those headphones or earbuds out. It is simply a safety issue. We want to make sure that you are hearing what's going on. If somebody's calling your name, if there's a certain situation going on in the hallway, we need to make sure that you are fully aware of what's going on, and those earbuds should be kept out. And then if a teacher allows you to listen to music during class, by all means, go ahead and do that, but you're playing it off of your Chromebook and not your cell phone. I know I talked a lot. Your teacher is going to have you sign a SADL code number 106.R2, and that simply says that you agree to follow the expectations that I've outlined for you this morning. Woodside, you got this. It's not going to be an issue. I'm sure that we're going to have no technology issues this morning, or this year, excuse me. If you have any questions, feel free to talk to your Eagle Time teacher or myself. Thank you. Have a great day.